Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how to add a new block of storage and to use it as our swap. So basically, the requirement is to increase the swap of a compute instance. So the scenario is something like we do already have a provisioned instance where we have the initial swap of 8 gigabytes, and we have to increase the swap to be of 128 of gigabytes. So we do not have enough storage in our existing boot volume, and the current block volume is for a different purpose. So in this video we will see how to add a new block volume and to use it as a swap. Okay, so let's start. So first we will let's log into our OCI. So we have a compute instance over here. So we do have two compute instances. So in this time we will go for this machine, the cache server 1, for new block volume provision. So first let's go to the block storage, block volumes. So the step number 1 talks about create a new block volume of 550 gigabytes. Okay, so we'll go to create a new block volume named cache server swap. Okay, so the compartment is default root, the availability domain is it's Mumbai, and volume size, so this is something we have to consider. It should be of 550 gigabytes. Okay, so as of now there is no backup policy required. We can have, based on requirements, we can have gold, silver and bronze. So as of now we are not using any of the stuff. Encryption is default using Oracle managed keys. So let's create the block volume. So there we go. So our block volume is getting provisioned. So once it is getting provisioned, the state will change to green and the status will be provisioned. So till then we need to wait. So it will take some time to provision our instance. uh, no, it's to provision our block storage. So then after we will attach it to our compute instance. There we go. So our block volume has been successfully created. It has been provisioned. So now what we have to do, we have to attach it to an instance. We have multiple ways to attach it to an instance. So either we can use some mechanism from the block volume instance. Go to the attach instance, it's iSCSI, paravirtualize, read write instance, cache server 1, recon server 1. So this is one of the way. So I will be choosing the another way. I will go to my compute instance, select the compute instance, cache server 1, scroll it, check it out to the attached block volumes. So currently this machine has no block volumes attached. Go to the attached block volume. Let Oracle Cloud Infrastructure choose the best attachment type. So based on requirement, Oracle will automatically choose what block volume type is suitable for my current environment. So let me choose the we have created a cache server swap. Be careful while selection of this one. Then we have to device path. We do already have these paths are, but if we use the existing path, then it will throw some error. If not, then it will go successfully. So fortunately, so this path was available. So this says when attachment creation is complete, run the block volumes iSCSI commands using OS tools to log in and enable the block volume. Okay, so let me close this pop-up. So it is in attachment phase. So this swap space is about to be attached. So this is of a type of iSCSI that Oracle has chosen. So this is one of the best uh, type for my current environment. So once this is getting attached, I will be getting few stuff like iSCSI commands information. Okay, so let this to be attached. Okay, so now it has been attached. So let's check it out. So so iSCSI commands information. So what, in order to attach this storage, in order to make this available, although this has been attached, but there are some iSCSI commands that we need to execute explicitly for our OCI. So for this purpose, I will go to the terminal. Okay, so larger. So I will go to first where my OCI keys are over there. So I will go to cd desktop OCI keys. So here is my private key. So I will go ssh minus I key opc at the rate. Now I need the host name. So I can come back to this later as well. So let me copy the host name. So this is my host name. So I will go to my terminal and I will paste it, and there we go. Okay, so I have successfully logged into my compute instance cache server 1. So let me check it out, the available disks. So I will go to cd dev oracle OCI. Okay, go to ls minus l so dev oracle OCI. So as of now I have this disk SDA1 has been attached with the partitions of SDA1, SDA2, SDA3. Okay, so once I will execute the commands of Oracle OCI, then after we'll see how it takes further. So let's go back again to iSCSI commands. So let's copy this, just go to right click, paste it. So two of them have executed. The last one is a successful. Execute the previous command. So there we go. We have a new disk attached SDB. Previously it was up to SD1 with the partition of SD1 to 3. So now we have SDB. So if we go to our steps, so we have created a new block volume of 550 gigabytes. We have attached the block volume to the instance. We have executed the iSCSI commands available. We have checked it out through the uh, disk attachment here. Okay. So now we have already this disk attached to my computer instance. So now we have to do the partitioning of this 550 gigabytes to, I will make 120 gigabytes of a partition for my swap purpose. Okay, so how to take this further? So I have, let's go to the partitioning of the same. So I will be using the fdisk utility. So I will be running the sudo user. Let me clear the screen. So sudo, then I have my disk fdisk. Okay, let me run this command once. Okay, so I'm running sudo fdisk. Then I will be using my disk. It's a dev sdb. Okay, okay, sorry. Excuse for the typo. So now it is asking me for, it is running the fdisk utility. I'm going to create a new partition. So I will be writing the command, typing n for the new partition, whether it's a primary or extended. This is I will be considering this as it's a primary. I have to provide the partition number. Let's say I give 2 in this case. You can give 1 or whatever of your choice. Now I have to give the first sector from where my this disk will be starting. So I will be giving, I have to give it's a default value. Let's make it default. It will be starting from the initial 2048. And now here is the catch, that I have to provide the information of how much my disk should be expanded. So I will be giving the plus 120G. So this stands for plus 120 of gigabytes. Okay, so starting from 2048, it will be increasing up to 120 of gigabytes. So this is of 120 gigabytes of partition has been set. Now next, so this is explicit command for swap purpose only, to make this partition as a swap. So press command T. Now we have a hex code type L to list all the codes, but for Oracle Linux or for a Linux perspective, it is 82. So even I can check it out, all the commands, all the codes actually available. So these are all the codes. So for Linux swap, it is 82. Okay, so I will be using 82 over here. Press enter, and there we go. So it has been set. Now let's write all the changes, and there we go, done. So partition table has been altered successfully. So let's check it out how our disk has been partitioned. Just a moment. Sorry, it hasn't pasted twice. So okay. So now I can clearly see I have my disk has been attached with a partition over here. Great. So what's the next step? So our first step, first two, three completed, fourth step completed. Now the final step is to how I should be using this disk to my existing swap. So let's check it out how much swap I have right now. So let's check it. It's free minus M. As of now I have 8191 swap. So I have, let's make a new swap. By the way, let's, if I go to, I have this STB2 partition over here. So I will be making a new swap. I will be executing this command. It's mk swap minus L. L stands for label. I will be using, let's say, SAS swap 2. Okay, and so dev STB2. Okay, so I'm making this as a swap. Oops, I'm not a sudo. Let me be sudo user. Great. So this swap has been created, and now UUID has been generated. So in order to make the permanent changes, what I have to do, I have to copy this. I have to go to the VI to make the entry in the FS tab for to make the changes permanent. I'm going to the FS tab and making enter of my this UUID. Okay, so this one is of existing one, so I will be marking below the same. So there we go. Just a moment. Yeah. So I will be making its UUID over here. Tab swap, tab swap. Then we have defaults 0 0. Okay, so it is done. Wait, what is saying can't open for writing? So have I made some mistake? Okay, I haven't made it to a sudo user, so this is not allowing me to do the same. I we go down this one, paste my UUID. This is our first, press tab, swap defaults. Make sure you don't make any typo. So defaults, defaults, default, and 0, then 0. Okay, so make changes. Okay, still, so this has been, entry has been done over there. So even if I go to check 3 minus m, it is still 8191. Okay, don't worry, we are just a few steps ahead. So I have to mount my new swap. So I will be using swap on minus a. Oops. And let's check it out now. Revise swap. And there we go. Our swap has increased to 131071. So this has increased to up to of 128 gigabytes. So if you divide by 1024, so it will be reaching to around of 128 of gigabytes. So we have successfully attached our successfully attached block volume, formatted the same, and make this as a it's a swap type of a partition, and then we have mounted it to the existing one. So if required, we can also check it out how many swap disks are used over here. So we have to use swap on, and this will give the STA2. This is having of 8 gigabyte. This is having this amount of gigabytes with this of type of priorities. Okay, so 8 gigabyte of this one and 8 gigabyte of this one. So this is STA2, it is STB2. Okay, so if not required, we can even turn off our mounted space. So just go to swap off minus dev STB2. So let's check it out. Again, it has been divided to 8191, but we need our, because all the effort we have done for this one. So we have reached our space to 130 of 128 of gigabytes.